Yo, Salami? Yeah, I'm just about starting. I figured I should maybe get some sort of background music because all the VODs are muted. Oh, see how that goes. So for failings, yeah. I'm very curious how this is going to pan out because everyone seemed to have like a similar route from what I've been told and what everyone's been saying, except for me. But I was the one who finished fast and had an extra like dip into chapter 7. And I last locationed Jade Raven at that point in time. The streams aren't going to be synced up too much, but I think what's important is like the routing. Yo, Jack. How's it going? Don't know what it was, we're about to find out. Missing bucket, yeah. I am getting bucket too, so. I see that you go like straight for prologue for Salami. Is there a reason you do that before checking chapters? I don't think it matters too much anyways. Especially if we had a Cooper start. So like you could get Repel Gel early, so it doesn't really matter if you like do prologue early. But I like save it to make sure I could get that Repel Gel block. But everyone else is like doing the same thing, checking chapters first. First shop, then rush prologue. Even before checking chapters, because like I think shop before checking what you have to buy is seems like there's like extra stuff to do. Because if there's like key items before you check the chapters what are required, you're not gonna buy them, right? So you have to like go through the shop anyways, like a second time. If you do have to buy them. I did a pretty good job of seeing the timers of this. But so far, like, I'm getting a decently sized lead just off movement alone compared to Pollen Reaper. So, like, if something are for chapters, then you have to like go back in the shop to buy them the second time if they do end up being required. Yeah, I always say prologue to make sure I could at least do Repel Gel early. And if I don't have the things for it, then I'll just like bite the bullet and just go in without hammer or anything like the sort. Okay, so Paul's putting on prologue, looks like. I imagine Paul's going to do like prologue after the initial Code Town run through anyways. For that stone block Salami, have you considered to go jumping up there the other way? Like, you're going to see me do it, but I find that easier than jumping on that brick block. Because I personally find it's easier. Oh, yeah, that's fair. But this way I like kind of like just a bit better. It doesn't require like any weird angles. You just hold up and just jump. It's really not hard. You kind of like walk into the block from that edge, similar to like how you set up Black Eclipse, and then you just jump up and hold straight up without having to like do some weird like diagonal input. Yeah, it's actually really nice and consistent, and not having to do anything like that isn't like out of notch or anything is really helpful. Yeah, I used to do that, but like on my control, I have a Hori, so my controller kind of like I have to hold between up, right, and right notch. It's kind of weird. So that jump method I started doing, and just like it's a lot more smoother. Yeah, and I have Hori, so like I just like it. Notches are a little weird sometimes. Okay, so this is like the next big decision. Looks like Salami's checking the required chapters. Paul's doing prologue, and me and Reaper both kind of checking around the Toad Town. I guess Reaper didn't check that super block in the sewers that I just did. I mean, don't normally have sushi this early, so. Yo, Matt. I would say hope you're doing well, but I think I don't know the answer to that. Thanks for 74 months, though. I appreciate it. I always check Merlot before chapters. Perfect. I'm excited for WrestleMania. Okay. Oh, there's the alert. Finally.
EU 74 months.
And I have text-to-speech. I always forget I have text-to-speech. Okay, so I was actually thinking about this route yesterday. Yes, I know it was fun. I was thinking about the route yesterday, and there is actually a risk I did make. And I think I'm about to make it right now. Or soonish. And the risk actually definitely pays off for me. Probably saved me a couple minutes. But I probably would have like immediately lost if it didn't work out. So we were just got super boots in the forest. And honestly, it seems to have like a small lead. And me and Paul are literally neck and neck. But this is good because I actually did make a risky play here, so I could kind of see how that's going to like shape things up. Yeah, it's yo Paul. Yeah, this is really cool. You're actually like neck and neck. So we both got a super boots here, and this is where I was going Homer's Room, decided against it because I think it would have been faster for me to. I did get this wrong, right? Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to skip the forest because super boots is my way to 5 with sushi. So I decided to skip the rest of the forest and go straight to 5 from here. And kind of like isolate those 2 checks. Like I've been kind of like playing Bit Vizier like I did in season 1. So like my times are actually starting to get like really good as a result, but when I crash and burn, I'll crash and burn. This is awesome. Thank you. I took inspiration from like the Pape Races, the Randomizer stream. Yeah, I didn't even do that. I just commit to that play. And if like those 2 checks have something, then I'm like, oh, rough. Tough break. And this is like good to like see how this is going to vary because Reaper did enter Forest first. And Paul's still there like a potential mention, and I'm like already ahead and progressing in chapter 5. Stream is frozen for you? Is it frozen for anyone else? Oh, okay. Good. But yeah, I checked running path early before 1 to 5 because 6 is not required, but the game gave me lackey. So that's usually like a red flag about like do running path. I didn't really find anything yet. So I pretty much do like 5 thing, but that early risk I took with Forest really kind of like... I mean, I have to do all this management stuff anyways, so it'll be synced up soon, but I pretty much get to progress the seed like pretty early on. So Reaper does get, like, everyone else will get Bombed early. I don't get Bombed until like much later. And Bombed is really good in the seed. Yeah, it's definitely fast check. And if I found something like Watt in Wanting Path, then like that brings Yoshi Kids as a potential, and but I just got Booth Porta in 5 too, so it means like when I do go to 3, I get to do so much in one go. Like I only when I do enter Booth Mansion, it's only the once, just because I have Booth Porta already on my first trip there. So that might be what makes up for the fact I dipped 7 an extra time. I dipped 3 one less time, if that makes sense. Outside of like the initial just grab super boots. I pretty much only had to like enter mention once. I see that Reaper's doing like Dark Koopas like relatively early. Is that like for to do that one check on the way to 5 or what? Okay, I was about to say, like, I know we definitely have Mega Quake at this point. Mega Quake's really good. I do that sometimes. Because I knew I was going to go to 3 eventually, I put that off. The... But I imagine I go to 3 after 5 anyway, so... Yeah, I mean, there's no way to really know. I don't know how much, like, maples, whatever you have at the time. To, like, replenish all those Mega Quakes, but It's not that big of a deal. Okay, that makes sense. Then yeah, I would also play the first fight slowly, and then like take the level up and make and all that. Honestly, like 2 turn for those fights this early on is probably what you would expect and hope for. But yeah, like if you see like on my screen right now, I'm buddy at Paracarry. I have Boost Portrait, and I'm going to get Tubbs Key when I do go to 3. So I pretty much like do that whole routing where I could do like the entirety outside of actually being the chapter, like all of Tubbs Castle in one go essentially. Yeah, the middle one is like a little more precise because you don't have that little lip to jump off of like the other two. You have to like pretty much go with the apex of your jump to get that one. It's pretty difficult. I started getting better at it recently, but sometimes I just don't get it. Okay, okay. My first fight wasn't that slow either. I don't think. I think it's a 3 turn, and then I just make her pick everything else. At this point, I've also have Thunder Rages and all that too, so the other 2 fights definitely go fast. So, oh, you did check people mind path. Okay, actually, that's a good call. I don't. I mean, Reaper's doing it right now. Actually, I don't think I seen Paul do that. Because you guys did Tubbs Castle or not Tubbs Castle, Boo's Mansion earlier than I did. You all had Bombette, and I didn't. So I didn't go to Cheeto. But the way I routed actually works out that way because that's where Warehouse Key was, and I wasn't doing that until I went to Chapter 7. Because that's the only time I actually went there is like when I Ultra Boots. So I got Warehouse Key on the way, which worked out. Kind of, because like that dip in Chapter 7 wasn't really necessary. Okay. I was wondering about that. It's like, you forget what season we're on, but nah. For Adam, understandable. Yeah, I didn't do it at all. I wasn't going back for it. I was committing to just skipping it. Like, that was like the risk I took. I could run back easily, but if I was going to do that, then I would probably just not skip the checks at all. I just want to like commit to it. I could, but like I would have to fight Junior. So I was really kind of like making a big risk there. Honestly, with how strong we were, that fight would have been easy. But I don't want to make that kind of like risk to just skip those 2 checks and just go on. Because I do kind of have like like at this point I kind of know what path I'm taking. Like I just got Tubba's key, so I know I'm going up to Tubba's castle and I have everything for it. And me doing 5 first, that means I have Paracarry to actually grab this nice power plus on this first visit as well. I've been fighting jungle. Actually, I think I only got 1 extra encounter. I mean, it's going to happen on the way to Tubba's castle. But like in terms of encounters, I didn't like run to like 7 enemies for once. So far, it's like I'd say I have a pretty big lead at this point, but that's because of like skipping the forest checks. And once I get through mansion here, like right after I hit these switches, is probably where the routes that we've done would be synced up, and we have a better idea of what my lead route is. Because at this point, I've pretty much done everything everyone else has already done. In regards to this, got the second key. So that like risky forest play I made actually did put me like pretty far ahead. Yeah, like that's the big thing. Like, because I did that forest skip, I got rewarded by getting boost portrait and Paracarry. So I get power plus my first visit. I don't have to enter mansion again. And then I continue the route up to Tubba's castle. Like, I do dip 7 in extra time, but I think this actually does make up for that. Yeah, I hate that craft. Like, I thought he'd just dash down, but something he just dashed up and just cornered me. Like, oh man. Also, another like variance in terms of like routing. Paul is pretty much going to shortcuts right now. This ends up to being where Jade Raven was. I typically don't do shortcuts. Like, if chapter 2 is no logic, I don't prioritize what Paul's doing typically, because if it's dead and nothing's back here, that's kind of a big time commitment. Because, like, I mean, Paul's not weak by any means, right? Susie's strong. Paul's decently strong-ish. But it still takes, like, several turns to beat Electric Blooper. And then there's, I guess with Dolly, 6 checks you could do. Which isn't kind of a lot compared to what else was available. And if I don't have to come here anyways, because there's Chapter 2's non-logic, I don't bother with it unless I feel cornered. Like, it definitely works out here, because Jay Raven was behind that, but if that was dead, then Paul would have, like, theoretically lost a lot of time. Paul going to that shop when it was closed. Nice. Oh, this is where Paul like went too fast. Yeah, that's just totally when that happens. I didn't like when I go there. I also don't buy the storm key, and that's because I have like seven coins. Like, I didn't have the money, and I didn't really want to like just sell things. I think like 30 coins or something. I don't want to sell enough to get there. Because I know like nothing was required, and at that point, by the time I do get to that storm key, I have Mega Jump already. There's not a whole lot that I would want. So like selling for 30 coins and buying storm key was not like worth it to me. But yeah, just like Ultra Boost that I got, I also got an Ultra Hammer here too. So like I'm chilling with like both upgrades already. But like I said, where I don't prioritize like Paul's routing when Chapter 2 is non-logic. Granted, Raven is right there. I just got Ultra Boots and Ultra Hammer. So I'm like, okay, maybe 7's the way to go. So that's exactly where I head after this. Also, Toy Train was here too. Chapter 3 is actually kind of loaded. Yeah, I see Salomon's also kind of doing the same thing I did. Because you're not going to the shortcuts right now, right? I imagine you're going to 3 first. Now you have Paracarry and all that. And Boost Portrait. And you already have the Tubbs key, so you know that, okay, Tubbs Castle is probably the way to go. Or two Tubbs keys, I guess. So it's like similar routing than I did in that case. I'm assuming you do shortcuts after 3 then. This I just grabbed extra star pieces for dictionary and upgraded Bombette, which Bombette was so strong, so it's completely worth. Yeah, I mean, Jay Raven was there, so you must have, right? Like, you couldn't complete Chapter 5 until you did the shortcuts. And our badges are, like, so good. Yeah, defense plus 2 BP, Mega Jump was 1 and 1. Like, and like, Power Bomb and Squirt were like 1 FP as well. It was so strong. So, I do make risks. Like, I don't go too far my way for like 1 or 2 checks. But I made an exception here. I go back to running Path to do the other 2 checks that are available there. And the reason I did this is because, like, there's not a lot in logic in Chapter 7 because it did not have Warehouse Key yet. So I'm like, okay, maybe Warehouse Key could be here. And then, like, more of 7 opens up to me. since I'm starting to feel cornered, because outside of like the few checks available in Shiver City, there wasn't much place else for me to go. So okay, well I'll just do these 2 checks here then. And I am glad I did, because Mega Jump is right here. It was like my bread and butter, the seed. And then in this chest was Bucket. So coming back for these 2 checks was actually huge. Mega Jump is so good. I used nothing else. So Bucket was helpful, but it wasn't Wowski, which is kind of what I was looking for. Yeah, it was definitely worth the game. I'll go back there. And only because the lot, if I did have Wowski early, like if I did what say Salami did, and like do Rip Cheeto first and had Bombette, I might have just skipped that altogether. A part of it is you already did Dark Koopas, Paul didn't. So that big like deficit was most because you took extra time for Dark Koopas. And Massive M, yeah, it was like very huge. And like as I was saying, like if I did what Salami Reaper didn't do with Cheeto and had Wowski, I would have actually skipped that. I'm like, okay, Wowski, that gives me like Shiver, Snowfield, and all that, and like Shop and Logic, so that's like a decent amount of checks. So I don't need to go my way for those 2. But because I routed the way I did, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a little cornered, no Wowski, I'm gonna do this out of the way stuff in case Wowski's there for like more 7 Logic. So everything worked out for me so far. Yeah, that stupid laugh got you too. Oh yeah, live streams are like 20 here, so better believe I just threw out this fried jar, I just went for it. Yeah, but really, I think he's got me like once ever. I've actually been like pretty good on dodging him. But yeah, I'm doing my first tip to 7. As we know, nothing is here until you get the scarf, which I did not have. Like, I mean, you have to do this anyways to beat 7, so it's not the most waste of time, but I will have to come back here instead of everybody else who did like 1 dip. Yeah, I was not so lucky. I wonder how it would play out if I chose to do shortcuts first before going to 7. That actually like would have. I guess it depends when I do Winding Path, because if I did get J Raven, I was not doing Winding Path that early, and I would not have a Mega Jump. So maybe it's probably worked out. Everything worked out for me that way, just because I got Mega Jump that early. And honestly, I might have not had Bucket for a while either, because I was not going back to those 2 checks if I had a lot of other things to do. So I noticed that both Reaper and Salami you could like do upstairs first, then do bottom, then go to the bottom. As opposed to like me and Polly, we did bottom and work our way up. You know, for the most part. Oh, right. You did mean to. That's right. I was like, fair. I mean, I do that regardless of the keys I have, I think. Is go left first. I used to do right first sometimes, but like, if you do get like another Tubbs key up there, then like the routing becomes kind of weird. Not gonna lie, I forgot that heart block there. I think I don't know if it's faster if like you go all the way to the top then come back down versus the other way, but if you got your third Tubbs key, that would throw off your entire routing in there. If like the third key was on the top floor. It'd be like very awkward routing wise. It's happened to me a few seeds like in previous seasons, so I'm like, oh, whatever. I'll just go left every time. Okay, so Paul is technically in the lead again, in quotes, because obviously I'm doing all this extra stuff. I mean, outside of talking to Mayor Penguin over here, you all have to do this like chapter 7 sequence anyways. Unless you open the Shiver Mountain, then run back immediately. I doubt anyone did that, so you're all fighting monster as well. But in terms of like C progression, Paul's like further along. Really interesting. Yeah, Salami's about to get it. It's like in the shortcut area, far chest. It's where Power Smash normally is. I called Warehouse Key. I don't know if I called it on stream or if I was just thinking it, but I knew I was going to get Warehouse Key either like in the winding path when I checked it or like in 7. Like that, I figured that was like my next major progression ish. But I finally get the shortcuts because I'm feeling a little cornered. I'm like, okay, well, now I'll check shortcuts because it's still like 6 checks I can do. I have Dolly. And there's no other big, dense areas for me to go to outside of the small stuff I skipped. But this fight goes really fast because I do have Mega Jump already. It's like, what, a 3-turn fight? So. Like, it was faster than Pulse Fight, for an example. Just because Mario's so strong for me. Yeah, exactly. I have nothing else to check. That's why I like leave it off. It's like the most densest thing left. So like when I say like a last location Jade Raven, this is like kind of what I mean. Also, FP Plus was also 1 the seeds, and we got like 3 of them. It was. Yeah, especially because none of you went to 7 yet, so you do not have the knowledge that live streams are 20 coins. So when I get that, I at least have the knowledge, like, if I'm low on live streams, I know I can just buy them. You guys are going to, like, sell something for, like, 30 coins to get the storm. I'm like, nah, never mind. I have Mega Jump. Mega Jump's busted. And Sushi, so, like, I know my endgame is going to involve Mega Jump and Sushi. And I had Power Plus already from the... I had Power Plus already from Who's Mansion, so... I figure the chance of me finding something from Storm Q is, like, pretty small. Yeah, the P plus was so good this seed. Oh, Salami did buy the Storm Key. I guess we'll see what was there. Nothing good, I'd imagine. But... Mega Rush is also 6 BP, so like didn't get. I equipped it once and it wasn't necessary, but I want to see my power. That was it. Like I didn't need it at all. Should have got double dip. I think I've used the dip badges like once. I don't really plan for them typically. Yeah, I used it for Tuba. It was not necessary. I had the strength to just one-shot him anyways, but I wanted to see like how strong I was. I just wanted to see the power. Because I was in peril after heart, so. Yeah, for sure. The 6 BP was too expensive. And we didn't have the badges to like complement Mega Rush that well at all, so. Interesting. Maybe I took an extra fight for the level up. I missed it if you like actually just got encountered. He just actively went there for the fight. I mean, this chapter 5 was strong though. This is like the only high level chapter in the seed. Oh, bad. Okay, yeah, that's fair, yeah. Because obviously, you see the fight I'm doing right now. That's where we know like 5 is high scaled. Like I actually went on my way to kill this Mega Koopa to get more experience. Just because of because I could have just killed Lava Piranha and just end the fight early, but I wanted that extra experience for this Lava Piranha fight. I'm actually curious to see how else the Lava Piranha goes. I guess we'll start with Paul's. Make way Tidal Wave, fair. Tidal Wave was pretty expensive, wasn't it? Like 7? I mean, Paul does have like decent FP. I think I only equipped one of my FP pluses for Lava Piranha. So I'll have like 10 FP going into it instead of 15. I mean, I guess you'll see when I get there, but I actually don't use I don't use Tidal Wave for me. I take out the buds a different method. A method which no one else had because no one else did 7. So I guess that helped me for this fight as well. Really, I don't think I get high scale 5s that often. Like, this is the first time in a while that I've had like a 6 or 7 scale 5. Looks like we were one with like an HP plus. I mean, that checks out. Strong 5. Yeah, I always get high skill 4, but not really high skill 5 that often. I think 4 and 2 are like my typical high skills that I get. And I guess phase 2 for Paul's probably going to be like straightforward, snowman doll, squirt action. I get 5 a lot. I think 5 and 7 is probably get the most of. And 1. So Reaper took out Budge with Thunder Rage and Tidal Wave. Yeah, that checks out. Man, that's... Oh, right. I was watching that. You used like a lot of resources for that, though, didn't you? Yo, Myth. Thanks for your luck. I'm just actually VOD reviewing yesterday's race, so I'm not technically playing. I'm just kind of like commentating on yesterday's. So basically, like, Valpana's phase 2 has been straightforward for Paul. Honestly, it seems to actually take kind of a while, though. Because Paul's just finishing now. When I've been talking about, like, other people. I mean, chat. I just, honestly, Myth, same. Watch the car ad. Okay, Paul just finished up at 5. Reaper finished up 5 and... Okay. Well, this is me, Prana. Because of Mega Jump, like... I have Mega Jump on instead of like an FP+. So I don't have as much FP as everybody else, so I didn't Tidal Wave this. But I do have Triple Dip. So I Shooting Star and Thunder Rage, I think. I have another Shooting Star, but I opt to not use it, because I want to save that for phase 2. I went to check if I had any more, like, but I just had one more Shooting Star, so I want to save it. And a thing of a damage dodge on as well. So this should do 4. And then Ramir just kind of like Mega Jump and Squirt. Yeah. Puff is definitely annoying if you don't have like the right tools for it. And then another Mega Jump and Body Slam kind of just kills this fool. So phase 1 was like pretty solid. Phase 2, I do run out of FP. Because I think I have 1 left. So like I kind of jump on 2 for the end of it. And this turn is what I saved my other shooting star for. Oh, interesting. Salami also didn't like paddle wave. So Salami just eating the live stream here then? Live stream, okay. I mean, paddle wave is expensive, so can't leave me too much. So, I mean, the natural progression after 5 is definitely 4. I think Paul picked up the third Tabaski here. And we'll find Scarf in Rain Station. Actually, you'll see when I do it. I actually do a little bit of a different routing for this. Like, overall, I think it was slower, but it was like another risk I took. A risk with like a higher reward, but like lower actual risk. Where even though it didn't work out for me, I didn't really get punished for it. Honestly, I'm still curious how Paul beat Beeper by like that much though. Like, it's still relatively like close-ish. Well, just a couple minutes. So I guess it could kind of, when Paul finished, you were at hallway, right? So I guess it kind of checks out a bit. That'd be wild if he did. Like, you have to have a lot of faith in Snowman Gifts to do that. Yo, Snowdog. The race was technically between Megapol and Pink Reaper, but me and Salami raced each other with the seed they were doing. So, like, we were all doing the same seed in this case, and I did win. I had the best time, then Paul, then Reaper, then Salami. And we kind of got talking about how my route was different, and I ended up winning, so, like, I wanted to, like, compare what my route was to how everyone else played. So it kind of, like, sparked this idea for the stream. I've been sitting on the lemon all game just to get a runaway pay from it. Okay, so this is where like Paul gets Scarf here in Green Station. Like Toy Box didn't really have anything except for like that third Toes key and the Scarf. Which no one had Bucket yet, so I mean, at this point, I imagine you guys were like expecting Bucket from Ralph or in 7 itself, because there's not a whole lot left to do. Yeah, I mean, this is like this comparison that you see like in real time is like a good way to like kind of see where you start to fall behind compared to everybody else. In terms of like say fights or just routing decisions. Which your routing decision is like similar to Paula's and Reaper's. Okay, so I mean I failed that jump, which sucks, but I actually made a little bit of a routing decision here. Once I the jump I don't get, I have mega jump. I'm good in that. I leave after checking the down jump and badges. And take off ice power for all or nothing, yeah. But I actually leave. Because that was my third Tubbs key, and I have Bucket already, right? So the only thing I'm missing for Go Mode is Red Key and Scarf. So I decide if I just beat 3 now, and Ralph has, say, Red Key, then if I get Scarf in Toy Box, then I can skip, like, theoretically skip, like, half a Toy Box, right? And if it doesn't work out, which it didn't, then I don't really lose much. It's like a low risk with a high reward. Like, even though it didn't work out for me, I don't really lose anything for it. Because even backtracking through the blue station, that room is kind of slow. Jumping on all those boxes and springs. So in terms of movement, it's not that much slower. Oh, right. I thought you did fight Landed Ghost. I will never fight Landed. I'll never fight Landed Ghost unless it is actually last location. Like, if Landed Ghost has anything, then I'm cooked. Who was it? I think it was in my last year with Singman. Landed Ghost had Pulse Stone. It was like a fast seed, but then Landed Ghost had Pulse Stone, and none of us checked Landed Ghost until the very end. Yeah, even then, sometimes I don't. Unless it's like the same situation with Winding Path where like I'm running out of things to do. And that's only if Landed Ghost is like 1 or 2 scaled, then I can just 2-turn him. But with just the way his fight kind of works, he's like kind of slow regardless. Actually, that's a good question. I don't know if I missed it yet. How did you find out the scaling of 4? Because I didn't. I mean, the Shy doesn't have anything, so I did not know the scaling 4 until I actually fought General Guy himself. So I was not blindly fighting Landed Ghost. Okay, that's fair. I did not know that scaling, so not that I was going to anyways, but I was not fighting Landed Ghost without knowing the scaling. I don't really... I think I may have blocked that attack like once ever, maybe. I definitely don't. I missed Paul's badge equips. Does he not have Mega Quick on? Oh, and he has D-Down Jump, which... I mean, D-Down Jump's not terrible. Its FP cost is, like, really good. It's, like, 2 FP. But it's, like, 5 BP, so it's, like... I mean, Paul doesn't have Mega Jump, so that's fair. I stay with Mega Jump over D-Down Jump because it was easier to, like, on the BP. And I could just kind of build around it. Get All or Nothing on or Power Plus instead. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much live streams you have at this point, Salami, because you did use one for Lava Piranha. Like, it's definitely good to be safe if you don't have that much. Because you don't... You never went to 7 yet, so you don't have that knowledge that you could buy live streams for 20 coins. Yeah, this one's definitely unnecessary. And here, and I'm also playing Heart. I kind of like my Heart fight. My Heart fight was pretty swag, I guess. Because here I water block, because I figure using water block is faster than just losing the ice room. And I'm at 1 HP, so for no reason whatsoever, I equip Mega Rush just to see the damage. Because this is like 3 scale, I think, so that just goes down to 1 Mega Jump anyways, but I was not going to use Mega Rush any time in the seed, so I just wanted to like quick for this fight. So it's like time loss for like unnecessary. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Paul's actually, like, movement in general is really good this seed. I don't think Paul ran into any accidental encounters that I've paid attention to. Or if we did, it'd be, like, very few. Like, I only ran into the one myself, I think. I don't think I ran into anything else aside from the clef that just kind of cornered me. Yeah, I had to flex. I'm like, okay, I permanent with water block on Heart. I might as well make use of this. Yeah, we'll get like a proper... Yeah, I haven't been 4 yet. I left after Blue Station. So we'll get like a proper idea. Paul got caught. Probably I've been there. Actually, recently. So we'll have a better idea of like where me versus Paul kind of stand after I beat 4. But keep in mind, I also did the 7 stuff already, right? The initial 7 sequence. So when I do go to 7, I'll use like hand in the scarf and bucket, and then run to Snowman Gifts. Which, by the way, no one else has bucket but me. So everyone will still have to take extra time to go through Winding Path, which I've already done. So here might play for seeing if Ralph had either Scarf or Red Key. Did not pan out. He had neither. But you see, that didn't really cost me much. I just come back to chapter 4 and then continue on. So like a very minimal like time loss for that risk not panning out. Alright, Reaper, GG's. Enjoyed Xenoblade X. Yeah, definitely based on like you preparing for like live streams and that also stream for Money There Salami. I think one of your big time losses is like trying to over prepare. Well, being prepared is good, but like if you over prepare, you just lose a lot of time, especially if you don't need it. Because even with the live stream we lost, this seems like pretty good to us on live streams. And I don't know how much repels we have, but I think I have a few as well. Yeah, like playing safe as good as to finish a seed, it's just it takes a lot of time to do compared to like say higher level runners that don't. They just take what's given to them. Yeah, and like I've said, like I'm the only one who's been in 7, so I'm the only one who knows it's too scaled. But at this point, you do have the knowledge that like you know like 5 was 7 scaled, so you know 7 cannot be 7. Yeah, like it's definitely hard to call because like you did not get D down jump until here in Toy Box, and we have Mega Jump already. But we did have Sushi Ultra Rank, cheap, might I add. So like the point of power is good, and we had a Power Plus in Ultra Boots, and Ultra Hammer. Like it's probably a good idea if you see them in a shop to pick them up if you're that worried, because especially with like Chapter 4 and Logic, you could just make your live streams at the same time you make your cake, theoretically, or lemon candy. But like fighting Shy Guys for it, that's extra fights, right? And we're late enough into the seed where like that experience, if you do fight them, is like not necessary. Usually. Just wait to start cooking. Oh god. Oh, I cannot wait. God, ignore my green station platforming. That was terrible. I would do it for an upgrade, depending on what I have. Like if it was this seed, I would not fight it for an upgrade because I don't think I'm using anything else but sushi. But if I don't have like Ultra Watt or anything yet, and like no one else is that great, then I would fight for that upgrade. But yeah, we're preparing is definitely like. Yeah, that could definitely like I don't know if you're gonna async the race later, right? Yeah, exactly, Jack. Like if I got that up, if there's like an upgrade, say like if it was Watt upgrade or something on Shy Guys, I would not go for it. Just because I had 1 FP squirt and Mega Jump. Like I don't need anything else. Okay, so I guess like what you could try is like not over prepare because you're not in an actual race, mind you, when you async. So if you like fail it to just lose in the end game, then it's like whatever, you're practicing. So it's like just kind of like run through and take what you're given. Like compared to everybody else, like no one else really prepares live streams or whatever typically for the end game. They just take what we're given. If I get live streams or repels, I kind of like be kind of stingy. Like, do I need to use it in like this Lantern Ghost fight or General Guy? And just kind of like compare it to like, I guess it depends if there's like Danger Mario or not. But I like to use 1 live stream on hallway and at least 1 on final, and have like 1 or 2 repels on final as well. So go into the end game gauntlet with like 2 live streams and 2 repels like minimum. Maybe an extra live stream for like safety with Junior. Sometimes you lose live streams to Junior, but I chill out and then I kind of like, yeah, reactive instead of proactive is definitely like the way. I also forgot to switch to sushi before editing this general guy fight, so I actually lost time because I switched to sushi on this turn. Because Watt's not upgraded, so Watt cannot take out these still guys. But yeah, you would play like see what kind of items you're given, then plan around that rather than like planning to do something specific. Yeah, that's definitely another thing to like a good thing to work on. It took me a while before I kind of got out of that mindset. Is when something goes wrong in a seed, whether it's like a play I make or like a risk I took, and then get burned really badly for it. I would like overcorrect and just not make that risk ever again. Thinking because of how it happened once before, it'll happen again. Which now I treat every seed as like a different entity. Whatever happens on one seed won't happen on the others, kind of deal. So like previous seeds will have like no bearing on my plays going forward. Like for example, if this like forced play I made early game did not work out and like red key was on it and I just like lost 20 minutes looking for it, I would make that exact same play again if the opportunity presented itself. Okay, this is like Paul's finished like 3 chapters. I'm about to get my 3rd chapter clear right here. Paul forgot to use the warehouse key. So now we're gonna see like me and Paul will definitely be synced up the moment I get to 7. Because Paul still has to fight Junior, even though it's 2 scaled. For me, I just have to run to open the path to Shiver Mountain. I mean, it's close with me and Paul, it looks like, but I mean, we were 2 minutes apart, so that tracks. And Meeper as well, actually just finishing 3, so it'll be like right behind us. Damn, that Guma got you good. Me and Paul are literally neck and neck right now. Paul, Paul's after doing this and then going fight Monster, right? Yeah. I wouldn't condone this, but if Paul did say just decide to just open the path and just run right back to Snowman Gives, then we'd actually be tied. But like, imagine making that kind of play. And here I am. I get go mode 114. So my go mode is like 114, 40 something. So when Paul gets go mode, I guess we'll see what the difference is. It's definitely a bad idea because like if you compare it to the forest play I made where I just lose I have 2 checks behind on purpose to save time. That's 2 checks, but like I had the entirety of 5 to do, and then like it led me somewhere else, and there's like in terms of like the likelihood that one of those 2 checks had something for me was very small. Versus this, if you chose to just go straight to Stonehenge Gifts, you're leaving behind the 2 checks in the next room. And then there's a check after you fight the monster, so that's 3. And then Mare Gift, which is 4. Compared to just going back for Stonehenge Gifts, which is 5 checks. I guess 6, technically. So there's like not that much more you get out of it. It's like almost a 50-50. Which is kind of too... which is kind of not a good ratio for that big of a risk. And like I can maybe see a world where you do that if you feel behind. And it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna make a play like this because I know my opponent would do that, and I could save like a couple minutes. But I highly doubt Paul would. I mean, Paul was like basically right. Paul wasn't worried about what I was doing or what you were doing. And I'm sure Paul felt pretty good about his gameplay thus far. Where like he definitely doesn't feel behind, and if he does, it's not that much far behind. Because Paul's like movement and gameplay like always been like very solid. Okay, so I enter Palace at 117 flat. So if I can pay attention to like when Paul enters, we get an idea of like how much ahead I am. Oh yeah, Fire Shell was also 1, by the way. Fire Shell was so broken. Exactly 1 minute apart. And I think I won by like 2 minutes, so apparently I save a minute off Paul elsewhere. So I guess this is actually good info to have to see like how I save time over Paul. Paul's choosing the Mega Quake route. I don't know what's faster, like Quaking or Fire Shell. They're probably similar, but just that like Fire Shell's more easy on the FP costs. Only 35 seconds? Well, that answers my question. I guess Quicken is better than... Well, he also used a Thunder Rage in one fight, which Thunder Rage is definitely faster than Fire Shell. But I imagine like Quicken probably is slightly faster than Fire Shell then. Oh right, I forgot about that. I had All or Nothing on, or something. So like I did mess up that fight. Okay, that makes sense. Yep, I opted to use Cooper in this because Cooper is the strongest option for Crystal King with Fire Shell. Since it's +2. And then like Crystal King's cooked, like a 2-turn fight, so. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way Mary Quake saves that much time. I mean, you're still kind of like still a bit far off because Reaper went for the bucket, right? You still don't have the bucket yet. And that too. Oh right, yeah, Reaper got caught like twice by Tubbo. I didn't even mention that, but like Reaper got caught by Tubbo as well. So yeah, that's like a lot of time loss. Oh, I didn't even notice. Paul used Sushi for... I mean, Paul doesn't know the Fire Shell, like, cost. Or me seeing it at 1 is like, okay, like, Fire Shell Cooper's like your best partner to use for Crystal King if Fire Shell's like cost efficient, which it was here. Because 6 damage is like kind of a lot to Crystal King. Oh yeah, that's true, eh? Like you're really behind right now, but you didn't finish that far behind Reaper. I know Reaper had a pretty bad Bowser fight, but I think you also missed blocks. Because this like deficit you are right now is definitely a lot more than 3 to 4 minutes. Yeah, that's definitely probably why. Because I know Reaper had a rough Bowser fight. Okay. The Star Tub over there, these at 124.20. Yeah, I mean, you have so much resources to work with. There's still less than a minute apart between me and Paul. And I finished at 135 and finished 137, so... I guess I make time over... Oh, wait. Paul misses a Bowser block. I remember him saying that. That's probably where my time save from will come to. Because my Bowser fight was, like, it was perfect. Even my ending on in general is, like, probably perfect. I start with a chill here. Actually, in general, this seed, I've been really good about my resources. Up until this point, I've not lost a life stream. Granted, like, a lot of the chapters were pretty low scale, except for Lara Piranha. But even this final gauntlet, I don't lose life stream until final. And that life stream was, like, planned, that I planned to lose. I'm gonna keep it through hallway in this fight here. Because I chill out and I just mage jump squirt. I don't care about transforming to this little spiky boy persona. Because I was just... I have a Thunder Rage. Yeah, I have Thunder Rage. I Thunder Rage here and squirt instead of Starstorm. Because it actually does end up for a perfect kill afterwards. Or Thunderbolt, my bad. Same deal. And then squirt, and then a Mega Jump into another squirt kills. Like, exactly. So I didn't have to waste time Starstorming. And I keep my life stream, kill Junior perfectly, and I level up so I go back to full. Wait, am I missing something? Does Paul not have Ultra Sushi? Did I just see Squirt do 4? Okay, he did. Oh wait, I saw him use Tidal Wave. I know he has Ultra Sushi. Maybe I'm tripping. I thought I saw Squirt do 4. Oh, that's probably it. I just saw the Squirt animation in it having it do 4. He must have just messed it up. Oh, wait, another thing. Another times like Paul did use the light stream for Junior because Paul entered 15 HP at that fight where I had 20 and chilled out, used chill out. And light stream animation is kind of like long. So I usually do save time just by not using the light stream on Junior. And I definitely don't use light streams on hallway either. Like, always going to heal once on me, but... Yeah, Mage, that too. Mega Jump is faster than D down. Because I don't have to do that second jump. So every time I attack, I actually do save a little bit of time for Paul. Which will add up, because I've had Mega Jump. Like, actually, that adds up a lot, because I was using Mega Jump this entire battle. This entire seed, essentially, because I got it early. Where before D down jump, Paul was still doing jump times 2. Right? So ever since I got Mega Jump, I was just saving time over Paul, just because that was my primary method of attacking. Yeah, he didn't even look at it, because he was satisfied with the down jump. So he didn't even know it was 1 and 1 until I told him later. Yeah, like, Bowser, like, hallway healing did not matter. I did do too much damage. I don't know what time I actually saved just by, like, not doing that second bounce over the course of the seed. It can't be that small of a number. There's gotta be, like, a decent chunk. Because I don't think I touched jump times 2 once since getting Mega Jump, with the exception of like LP when I ran out of FP to Mega Jump. But that's it. Five. No, wait, no, two. It's 5 BP, but 2 FP, so it's still cheap. Yeah, 10 FP means you can only do it like 5 times. And like, we're strong, but like, not strong enough to have like a super fast Bowser fight. Like, it'll still like take a little bit. And yeah, plus in this instance where you're squirting as well. Like, if you had regular Ultra Watt, I think it'd be fine. Oh, apparently he used 1, so maybe it's 1 as well. I thought it was 2. It is 1, okay. So it's also 1. So he will be able to use that in Squirtle fight, I think. It'll be kind of tight, though. Like, I thought it was 2, but... I mean, that's another thing, right? D-down jump is 5 FP, though. Or 5 BP. If he looked at what Mega Jump was and switched to Mega Jump, he would have enough for, like... He would have enough for the FP pluses. And wouldn't have to, like, worry about this. Because I don't know how... Like, I know Paul said he ends up missing a block and Bowser does heal. Which means the fight actually goes longer than what it should have. Which means he'll be using more FP. So I don't know how tight his FP was with that. Yeah, there's definitely no advantage. Like, Paul just doesn't... Like, because of how Sapphire Paul was D-down, he didn't even bother looking at Mega Jump. Like, because... If anything, it's like a slight disadvantage because D-down is, like, more expensive BP-wise. And you couldn't afford, like, any FP pluses or anything of the sort. And plus, it's slower attack in general. So... He's losing time off me every time he jumps compared to when I jump. But my final fight is very straightforward. Except there's one thing I should have done. I have Quick Change on and I completely forgot about that. What would have been faster, I think, and better is... Switch to Bow, then out of sight, and then Mega Jump will kill him next turn. But I choose to just eat the Life Ship instead. I'm pretty sure the out of sight route is faster. Because Life Ship animation is kind of slow. It wouldn't be that much, but it's, I mean, it still would have been faster. It's not like I'm losing 20 seconds this way, but... Anything, it's like 5 to 10 I would have lost. Though it was the difference... Yeah, it's like 5 seconds. It might have been the difference from me getting the 134, though. Like, I would have barely got 134 if I did that. But I mean, like, live stream animation is so slow. Like, I'm sure, like, out of time would have been at least 5 seconds faster. Yeah. Yeah. But he missed the block and then, like, he healed. So this is, like, where, like, the couple extra minutes of that it saved over him. It's, like, technically more than 2 minutes, because I got a low 135. And maybe we're also going to June with a 15 HP fight, so, like, can't get the live stream and using Starstorm. So, like, overall, I think my endgame was, like, really that good. Like, not having to use any live streams until final. And because I had a Thunderbolt I used on Junior instead of Starstorm, so, like, that saves time animation as well. Because Starstorm's also, like, super slow. Salami's also using Sushi for Crystal King. Was I the only one who used Cooper? Cooper's a homie. Yeah, pretty much. Like, once I got Mega Jump and Sushi, that was it. That was my combo. I didn't have to, like, work with my partners or anything. I don't care what anyone else costed. Sushi was my girl. And the only bad quips I really had to do is, like, just for when I got more BP and adding more stuff. Yeah, like, that helped. And then making that decision to do running path those 2 checks instead of just running straight to 7 probably made a huge difference as well. Like, that Mega Jump really did really help a lot. Yeah, but if I didn't... But because of how I typically play, if I didn't do that, I probably wouldn't have went to running path as early as I did. And I would not have gotten Mega Jump. Just the way on, like, how I route or how I play seeds. So I would not have had Mega Jump. Because, like, but when I got to 7, I did have Bucket, so if I did find Scarf, like, in Shiver Snowfield, then that would have actually helped me quite a bit. Really, it would have been, like, it's kind of like what I was, I wouldn't say expecting to find, but, like, it would have been cool if I did. So, Reaper's final fight was apparently a disaster. So I want to see, like, how bad it is for Salami to catch up that much. Oh, now I guess watching Paul play Donk. Good choice. Yeah, like, if I try to spin cancel when I can as well. Like, there's a lot of easy spin cancel stuff you can do in Toad Town. So, like, spin Z instead of having to jump out your spin. What I also do sometimes, I also buffer my spins. I didn't this seed, I don't think. Because I had my fan on and I kind of require audio to buffer my spins, and my TV wasn't that loud, but when I do get a good buffer spin in, then that's so fast. It's definitely, like, pretty tough. You have to, like, kind of, like, get the feel for it. It does take practice. Like, Desert is, like, a good place to practice because, like, Desert has a lot of, like, straightaways. So you can just, like, hold the direction, then practice buffering your spins. Like at this point in the seed, I think Yo saw me. Right? That's in 2 hours, yeah. I'm gonna see like what this boss fight goes and then see. You probably have prawns. I don't know if I know what that is. Or what a GI is. Oh no, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, for real, for real. We're just about finishing up here. Or I guess we're gonna see like how you cut up to Reaper that much. Because Reaper's final apparently wasn't great, so my final was like perfect. I didn't lose the light until well final. Like my con was just good. And a lot of my time save over Paul was well final Bowser did heal. But since Paul never actually looked at Mega Jump's cost and never used it, Paul was running around with D-down jump, which was also 1 FP, it was good. And did the same damage as Mega Jump. But the problem was it was 5 BP. So Paul didn't actually have more than 1 FP plus on. So he was walking in with 10 FP. Which I guess was fine, like everything was cheap, but... And like, also like, Mega Jump is just a faster attack than D-down jump is, because I don't have to do that... Then I don't have to do that, extra jump every time I attack like Paul does. So think of course Seed, I'd save like a decent chunk over almost everyone, just because my attack was just 1 jump where everyone else's was 2. So that small little time save does that up over the course of the run, because I got Mega Jump really early, and there was a lot of jumping involved. Yeah, it definitely adds up a bit, and my junior fight was different than everybody else's, because everyone else had a 15 HP junior fight, I think, and everyone lost the live stream for it. I went in with 20 HP, and I actually didn't lose the live stream in junior at all. So I saved time just by not having to sit through the live stream animation. Plus, I used Thunderbolt instead of like others who's like I know Reaper used Starstorm, which is a slow animation. I used Thunderbolt instead. That sounds good. I'm racing Drac on that async in like 2 hours, so I'll definitely take an extra hours and just chill after this. Yeah, sounds good. I was gonna do the async of like the Louis and Levi's earlier race, but I kind of like stuck too long in like Drac stream and like I got too much information. So okay. So I'll just do the next race instead. Yeah, I actually like this. This was like a lot of fun. Like I like the whole setup I had here with like the 4 streams and all that, and just chilling, talking, and just like analyzing. Like it was really good in this case where my route was so different compared to everybody else's, and can kind of see like the difference and how that shapes up. So if there's other races like with a similar structure, where like 2 different routes or 2 different places happened that change the shape of the race, even if I'm not involved in it at all, I'd be down to like do more of these reviews. This is fun. Who knows? If the seed tonight is actually interesting enough, I might do it again. If it like has this like structure of like different plays and like how they work out. Okay, so that's a 147. So yeah, Paul, Reaper finishes as you're entering phase 2. Honestly, considering like how long does phase 2 take? Like a few minutes if it goes well. Which you missed the block, right? So wasn't the most optimal Bowser fight. That's still like a lot of time you made up because you're really far behind by the time you're finished chapter 4 or 3, I guess. But yeah, like I think Paul's the only one stuck with D down jump. Everyone else saw Mega Jump's like, yeah, this is the one. I can't so many live streams though. At least you're never in danger of actually losing this fight. Like, if you did not go out of your way to like get the ingredients and then cook all those live streams, you and Reaper would have actually been very close. So I guess you're seeing in real time what over preparing can do. So I guess it's good to have that side by side to like see how much you're losing from that. Like even if Reaper did play like the end game poorly. Yeah. Definitely understandable. Especially if like you're, whether it's practice or not, you're technically still in the race, right? So like losing a race to just dying to final sucks. But like for final, I like having two repels and 1 live stream is usually good for me with a 20 HP fight. With like Danger Mario said, we could probably get away with even less, like 1 repel. And honestly, maybe even no live streams, we have like a 2nd repel. But 20 HP I'd say is like the average fight you'd be doing here, so I like having 1 live stream for final and maybe 2 repels. And going into the chapter gauntlet, I like to have extra live streams for at least 1 extra for each junior and hallway. So I guess 3 live streams and 2 repels is like kind of like my safety blanket. And in most cases I do end up getting that, just running through the seed without having to prepare them. There's one fight I did against Paul. We had no resources at all. I was Danger Mario, but I had like 1 life room and 1 repel, which is not enough. I end up using refresh a lot in that fight and just stalling out Bowser's heals because I had like no resources. Because Bowser did a turn 3 shield which threw off the entire fight, and I didn't have resources to like make it work. So I had to refresh like 7 times. It's really good. It's a really good backup for Danger Mario stuff. If you don't have like good resources, like no live streams, you'd be playing around with like Bowser's healing, but not much you can do with that. You don't have the setup to beat him quickly. Yeah, that is the overview of yesterday's race. Oh yeah, I've seen Countdown. HPG is definitely super S tier. But that's pretty much the first VOD review. I'm definitely going to do more of these. This was actually kind of fun. I liked it. And we got to learn a lot in terms of like how drastic some of my routing was. And even the risks I've taken got me like an early lead. That was kind of balanced out with my extra Chapter 7 dip, but the Mega Jump also kind of helped me get a bigger lead as well. That's it. I'm going to take a break for a couple hours, relax a bit, and I'll be back racing Drac for an async. Asyncing the Lue and Levias race, so take it easy, I'll be back in a few hours.